Hi everyone, I'm going to give you a little demo on the Boss DD-7 digital delay. It's a great pedal, and I've got it hooked up to the FS5U here so that I have a tap tempo to go with it that's separate from the on-off, so I don't have to hold it down. Here's the piece clean. With the delay. Now if I really want to crank the effect level up, I can turn the feedback up a little bit, turn up the effect level. We'll get a little bit more wetness out of the sound. As you can see, it can get pretty intense, so definitely everything from very subtle to very intense. Very easy to dial in the exact amount of repeats and how loud you want it to be. And just to clarify, effect level is the volume, whereas the feedback feature is going to be your amount of repeats. I'll show you from above here real quick. So once again, we've got effect level. That's going to be the level of the effect, volume-wise. Feedback is the amount of delay repeats. Delay time, this you can control, or you can use your tap tempo over here like I like to do. Now over here, let's take a look at a few of these modes. We've got modulation, analog, reverse, hold, and then a few presets that are set to 50, 200, 800, and 3200 milliseconds. So let's go through that same part, trying all of these with all the other controls set at 12 o'clock. See what happens. So what we just heard was analog. So now we're going to try reverse. So you can hear there's a little bit of a reverse delay trail. I usually don't use this feature, but if you can get the tempo dialed in just right, on certain parts it can be killer, especially where there's a lot of ambience. The modulate effect is pretty good. I think sometimes it's a little too chorused, but you can see for yourself. So you can really hear that chorus pick up, and you know, if you don't use a chorus pedal and you just want a little bit of that modulation in there, it's pretty subtle while you're playing. If there's a lot of open space though, as you can hear, sometimes it can get to be a little too much. So another one of the features I really like about the DD-7 is the sound-on-sound delay, and that's going to be this next hold feature here is what it's called. And what we can do is layer parts on top of each other, and I forget the exact amount of time, but it's several, I want to say it's over a minute that you can do this. So it functions as a looper as well, which is very nice. For example, going to continue to go through that part over and over. And at any point we can add another layer by hitting the effect again. So now the playback that you're hearing even add a third, fourth, fifth, sixth track. You can get pretty ridiculous, actually. So I'm shutting it off. Hopefully you're not too annoyed with that by now. The idea is that you can use this as a practice tool. You could use it as a live looper as well, but it's definitely a great practice. So let's go ahead and take a look at our 50 millisecond setting, which doesn't do a whole lot more than doubling. It's almost inaudible. Moving up to 200 milliseconds. Almost has a tremolo feel to it. 800 milliseconds. Finally, 3200 milliseconds. So definitely has a lot of functionality and features. Most of the time though, I like to use it on analog mode. I think that's the most musical sounding. I like to use it with this tap tempo foot switch, and it gives me a good degree of control. A little expensive, I think, for the price point. However, what I will say is the fact that it has a looper built in is very handy, and I've used this as a practice tool many times to help write solos, practice parts for the band, so on and so forth. If you have any questions, send them in. Alright, hope you enjoyed the review.